Tonight for dinner, we're having a family favorite, which is beef and bean nachos. They're super yummy. They're macro friendly, they're high protein, and I can have like a full plate for around 400 calories and 40 grams of protein. So it's a great way to get the comfort food fix, but a little bit of a lighter version. I use lean ground beef, homemade refried beans. I've got homemade pico made right now with Roma tomato, cilantro, lime juice, red onion, and a little bit of pickled jalapenos. I just season it with some ground cumin, some chili powder, and some garlic salt, and then squeeze a fresh lime over top. This sits in the fridge for a little while, about a couple hours before dinner, and just melds together all those yummy fresh flavors. And then I actually just take an avocado, mash it up, and add a scoop of the pico to it, and it turns out absolutely delicious. You've got fresh guac and pico to go on top of your nachos, which just makes it incredible. This is one of our favorite meals, and I will show you how I make the rest of it. Okay, I'm cooking up the lean ground beef for our tacos, and I'm gonna add in my taco seasoning. Kids everywhere. Add in my taco seasoning. I do a little more than 1 pack because I use 1.5 pounds of ground beef. So add that in. And then I typically add in a little extra onion powder and garlic powder. Sometimes I'll add diced onion to taco meat, but then I have kids that don't like that, so just add a little extra onion and garlic, and then sometimes I'll add a little extra like chili powder, just to give it a little more of a kick. And then I just take a little bit of tomato paste, probably just like a couple tablespoons, and add that in, and then a little bit of water, and then just get it all together. I'll show you. This is what it looks like when you get the tomato paste mixed in, all those seasonings. It is super yummy. Okay, we're gonna cook down onion and garlic in a little bit of butter and a little bit of avocado oil. Let that cook down until it's nice and soft. Okay, I added the rinsed and drained beans to the pot, and now I'm gonna add some of my seasoning. So I'm adding a little bit of smoked paprika, and then some cumin. This is 2 cans of refried beans, or pinto beans, to make the refried beans. Some garlic powder, onion powder, and chili powder that I'm flinging around. And then I'm just gonna let them cook in the avocado oil and butter with the seasonings for a couple minutes, and then we will add some chicken broth and let them simmer in the broth. Adding just a little bit of broth, just enough to kind of barely cover the beans, and then we'll just let those simmer for anywhere from 20-30 minutes to a couple hours, just however you need it to be timed for your meal. Now we're just gonna go in and start mashing them up. And then after a few minutes, we'll have the consistency we want. You can also use an immersion blender, but I don't currently have one. So just go in and mash them up, and they're looking good. How good do those look? So much better than the canned refried beans. They're so yummy. Okay, last but not least, this is how I do my chips. Just for a lower calorie option, I just take corn tortillas. You can have 2 for 80 calories. And that usually makes the perfect amount for my nachos. I'm gonna make some extras for my kids. And I just cut them into 8 pieces with a pizza cutter or a knife. And then I have my air fryer preheating, and I add them just a little bit at a time to the air fryer. Okay, so I just put them in a single layer into the air fryer, and then I just spray a little bit of this avocado oil spray on them. And then pop them in at $3.75. Oops. For I think around 12 minutes. I usually just check them and I'll shake them up and spritz them with a little bit more of this if they need it. And then at the end, I just add some salt and they're so yummy. Not gonna lie, first batch of chips came out a little crispy. This was one of the ones from the first batch, but they still taste really good. And the second batch came out a lot better. So that's what the homemade chips come out looking like. I've got more going in the air fryer. Here is my plate. I've got my homemade chips with the beans and taco meat layered, pico, guac, and then just some fruit on the side. Tell me that does not look absolutely delicious.